So does that make sense, guys? Are you understanding that whole idea of sliding the decimal over, you know, and then also figuring it out? Now, if you was doing a buy, it would be totally different. You would still do the same thing. But if I placed a buy here and then I entered there and I got out there, it's going to be the same thing. You just figure it out. Did I gain or did I lose? Yes, I'm glad it's coming together. We got a little more. Trust me, we got a little more. Okay, so let me clear my sheet. Clear all my drawings. Okay, that was supposed to go too. All right, let me get that off the screen. Okay, on to the next one. All right, so now we've talked about how you calculate pips. Now let's talk about stop losses. Woo-wee. All right, I'm going to tell you now, you absolutely need to be trading with a stop loss. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, got to trade with stop losses. If you don't, you are truly gambling. And it is kind of reckless because the market can move very fast. All right. There has been times I've been in a trade and I'm like, oh, look at that. I'm in profit. Yeah. And then what happens? I sneeze and the market is like screaming red. Okay. Like if you didn't have a stop loss, you're not going to wake up very happy, especially if you went to sleep while using a trade. All right. So make sure you use stop losses. They are your safety net. Says, do you set stop losses with the mirror trading? Is that set up differently? That is set up differently. You want to make sure that I believe all of the mirror traders are trading with stop losses, and it is set up differently. Okay, excuse me. But you are able to close out a trade at any given time. Yes, this will be recorded, and it will take about, I'd say, give it a day, and I will make sure I put it in the Telegram so that you will have access to it. Okay. Because it can take a little while. So now, make sure you write this part down. Buy up, stop down. All right? And sell down, stop up. That's going to help you. All right? Make sure you know that when you are buying, buys go up. So that means you need to have your stop loss below, right? So if, like, let's say I was right here. Buys go up. So my stop loss should be down. All right, here's an example. Buys are going up. See, that's why the green line is pointing up. So stop loss should be down. That's basically what you got to understand that. If I wanted to place a sell, this is what it's looking like when you actually place a trade on your phone or on your computer. You are buying here. Your stop loss is there. That means in the event that the market does not go down and it decides to do something stupid like go up instead, then it will take you out of the trade and you will not lose money. That's right. Defend, protect the opposite end. Yes. Yes, exactly. Protect the opposite end always. Okay. So that's basically what you need to know. Now, how do you actually calculate that? The harmonic scanner will tell you how to do it. I know swipe trades, they tell you how to do it, but when you go at it on your own, sometimes they will say, hey, especially if you're on the sessions, the London sessions, the New York sessions, a lot of times they'll say, hey, go ahead and enter now. Adjust, use your own risk. So what they're telling you is figure out your own stop loss. So how would you do that? The way you would do that is basically, okay, let's say I was putting in a sell, all right? And I wanted my stop loss to be 50 pips from where I entered. So let's say this right here is my stop loss. I wanted it to be 50 pips from my enter. This green is my entry point. So guys, I want you to calculate what would my stop loss be if I wanted it 50 pips from my entry point on a sell. So remember, sell is going down, stops go up. Okay. So now I'll just say this, while you guys were calculating, oh, I went here and I exited there, I got this many pips. It's going to be the same thing going the other way though. It's the opposite. So if I entered at 103.76 and I said, give me a 50 pip stop risk. If I said do that, I want you guys to do that for me. Go on and calculate it now. Calculate it now. 103.76, give me a 50 pip stop loss. Yes, it is a must to say, yeah, it is a must. So it's no problem, it makes sense to you very quickly as long as you stay engaged and watch training. Yes, it will. All right, I'm seeing the numbers coming in. All right, let me go on. I want some more numbers. Give me some more. You got it. All right, some of y'all don't just be typing it. So let's see here. 103, right? 0.76. Let's do it. 76. All right. So if I was saying I want a 50 pip stop, remember, you're just adding 0.5. That's 50 pips, right? Because that means 50 pips. So you're adding that, and you should end up getting the 104.26. So you decide how much you are going to lose, and then you make that your stop loss. That's basically what the stop loss is. Guys, anytime I take a trade, I always know how much I'm losing all the time. I do not go into things gambling. I am not a gambler. Me and my husband, we went to Vegas, and do you know, we didn't gamble at all. We just don't like to. The hotel we stayed at gave us $20. As soon as that 20 bucks ran out, I did not put no more money in because I like to keep my money. That's me. So let me show you guys a risk management calculator real quick, because I tell you, I'm always in control of what I lose, and you need to be too if you want to take this seriously. If you are a student and you want to take this seriously, you have to know what you're losing, because that's the only thing you can control in this market. All right, so let's do this real quick. All right, so you go to my, position, sorry, size calculator. Sometimes when you talk and, you know, after a while, things they start to not look like they're spelled correctly to you. I do this all the time in my class. Okay, so let's say right here, everybody needs to make themselves very familiar with a position size calculator. Okay, this right here is going to keep it real with you. It will keep you in the game, okay? So you set your account amount. So let's say you have 3,000, okay? We can even say you have 500, whatever. It doesn't matter. And you figure out your risk to reward or your risk ratio. Everybody, no one should trade over 5% of their account. Make sure you write that down. Do not go over 5%. 5 is highly risky. So I like to go around 3%, all right? Now, if I said, hey, remember I just told you guys, a 50 pip loss, 50 pip stop. So how much money am I agreeing to give away to the market if it doesn't go well? I'm going to find out right now. 15 bucks, okay? Out of the $500, $15 is what I'm losing. That's okay. I'm all right with that. So this also tells you something, and we'll get back to this. It also tells you what you need to be trading, what size you need to be trading at in order to make this a reality. But you have to know what you're in control. You're only in control of what you lose. And that's very powerful when you know how to use it the right way. Okay? Does everybody kind of understand how you set your stop loss? So it says, so you could calculate, so could you just calculate your stop loss according to the amount of money you are comfortable losing without actually calculating what is equivalent to 3%? So say you said $5 is okay and your lot size is 0.02. Then you know you can risk 25 pips. Yeah, you can work backwards. You sure can work backwards in that way. That works good. I like to use the calculator because it tells me what my lot size should be. And because you're using this right here, like you already know that you're trading 20 cents. So you know how many pips you can lose. So yes, you can work backwards. That's good. Okay.